Thank you, everyone, for the mostly very positive response on the hidden story of New Year's Eve 2015. And with that, I have to say I had planned the hidden story of New Year's Eve 2015 to be the last proper video project on my channel. The video started production in December of last year, but I decided that I wanted to make it my final video within about June of this year. And of course, there's going to be a lot of questions as to why, so I'd like to talk about it for a bit, of course. First off, the most important reason, and by far number one, is the fact that I've been running this channel for a decade. There's been some spots where I haven't uploaded as much and I took some breaks, but for the most part, I've been uploading like fairly consistently. Of course, not like daily or even weekly or whatever, but I've usually, most years, I've had some videos, and I've had many active years in the channel. I did a ton of videos in 2015, 2016, 2020, had a good amount in 2022, 2018, So I've done a lot of videos over the years, and I've seen those video styles change, and I've seen how much my editing has changed over time as well. So it's all been a very, very important experience, and I think a lot of that experience I kind of tried to summarize in the hidden story of New Year's Eve 2015. Because it was actually making that video that made me realize some of these things. And I'll talk about all the stuff related to the video in a moment, but like I said, the biggest reason why I'm doing this is because I need to move on, personally. I've loved making video content. I've done it for, in total, actually 11 years, because I had a different YouTube channel at first where I did stop motion videos. And then I moved to doing the gaming stuff with just recording my iPod Touch or an iPad on the TV, and it's gone to where you see today, where we have a whole big interview that's a whole tribute to the community and interviewing James Mount from EA Ghost. So I'd say the progression was pretty good on that part, but with me graduating from college next year and with what I'm going into doing, I've needed to sharpen my skills in some other areas other than video editing, and I've been working on that, and I think it's been going really well, actually. And of course, video stuff has been a blast too. It's not like I don't enjoy making the content anymore, but there's a ton of surrounding reasons other than my core motivation of wanting to move on and focus on some other stuff. There's definitely a few things that pushed me to do this a little bit faster than I maybe would have done otherwise if they didn't exist. And there's three things I would like to talk about when it comes to this. Number one is my Unbound soundtrack video that was called Why You Dislike New Racing Game Soundtracks, but it was mainly about Need for Speed Unbound soundtrack and a little bit of Need for Speed Heat soundtrack. That video is basically talking about if you've mainly listened to racing game music over the years, Need for Speed Heat and Unbound have a lot of this newer music that's pretty different in terms of just its overall, palette, melodies, stuff like that, that's different than a lot of other stuff that's in racing games. So if you've mainly listened to music from the games, your ears won't really be used to it, and it's going to be kind of odd. And I think a lot of people took the video in a wrong way I didn't really mean to be, and the comments were very, very aggressive. There were several racist comments, most of them not directed toward me, but one of them that indirectly made me a little bit angry. And in general, it was like nothing I had ever seen before. It was like I was pretty much like opening up a whole new hole in the community and seeing this wrath that I had really never seen it before. And that wrath is something that I've seen develop substantially over the past year and a half. Whose fault is it for the wrath? I really don't know. Is it the content creators putting out certain kinds of content? Is it the people just getting angrier in general after COVID? Is it the quality of racing games or the diversity of them? We don't know. I've tried to figure this out. I've had in-depth discussions with my friends so much over the past several months, and there's some ideas that we have kind of a good grip on, but when you try to figure out a whole big mass sum of people that are in this community and try to figure out why does everything feel so much more aggressive to talk about at all versus before, it's kind of difficult to nail just because of how large of a community there is. And that leads me on to the next thing that influenced me into actually stopping the channel. And it was actually June's Nintendo Direct. Yeah, believe it or not. Because as I was watching the event, I was getting excited for a lot of the games they were showing. And I had just felt this kind of like joy feeling that I'm like, wait, I just realized if I'm watching an event waiting for a racing game to get revealed, yeah, I'm excited. But there's always a thing in the back of my mind that it's like, wow, now I'm gonna have to either make a video about this or argue with people about it or whatever. And whether that's my fault or not, maybe it is. But at least that's how I kind of understood. That's how my mind took it. A new racing game is not just a new game, but it's a new community a statue almost. It's a new thing to be attacked, to be discussed, as if any game is. People discuss any kind of game. But with the way the community is going, it's kind of gone to a point where it's instead of like having healthy skepticism or just like keeping your reservations for the final game to come out, I feel like the mentality lately has shifted to we hate everything before it's even conceived of. And again, whether racing games have gotten worse or not, whether that's true or not, the debate doesn't matter. But this mentality within the community, in my opinion, is not only extremely unhealthy, but completely unsustainable. So seeing an event like the Nintendo Direct just reminded me of what racing games and just a lot of games used to feel like for me in terms of looking forward to their release. And the third reason, which comes not too long after that Nintendo Direct happened, is making the hidden story of New Year's 2015. When we were getting all the voice clips together for that video, when I was talking to so many of the people that made that happen in the first place, and the experience of putting it all together, I realized what the community and being active in it used to feel like. I know a lot of people watching this video wouldn't have been active in the racing game community in 2015. And I'm not trying to put rose-colored glasses on anything here. I'm trying to be objective. I'm trying to be understanding. And maybe it's just a sign that maybe I'm just done with this stuff. And maybe that's where me being tired of it comes from, or that's part of it. But I do feel like a lot of it has genuinely changed. And that difference goes from YouTube to site itself to the racing game community to the games for all reasons. Because there's going to be plenty of people that pop up within that time, change, leave, etc. But to sum things up, the community's hostileness in terms of discussing so many things and the seemingly apparent hatred of anything new before it gets even conceived of, even if the opinion is completely justified, I think it's insufferable. And of course, that does not go for everyone. I know plenty of good people, but there's this overall toxic noise in the air that I just can't really stand anymore. And let me be clear, back to my original first point, even if this toxic noise in the air was not here, I would still be doing this. I would still leave the channel, and Hidden Story New Year's 2015 would probably still be my final video project, because my life has changed considerably within the past year, and I realized that what I'm doing needs to change. And I don't want anyone to take this as me saying that my passion for racing games is gone, or that I don't really care about them or anything that surrounds them anymore, because that couldn't be further from the truth. Because what I'm working on next is actually going to be better for racing games than any of my YouTube content ever could have been. But I need to take those matters into my own hands, because with YouTube, I always have this feeling that even if I'm not actively working on a video for the channel, I always feel a need to think, okay, when is the next video? It's always in my brain, even if I'm not actively working on it. And for me, I need to call it quits if I want to move on and properly focus on anything else. And to me, the Hidden Story of New Year's 2015 was a perfect way to top everything off, because the New Year's 2015 was the way that I got into making YouTube videos more seriously. New Year's 2015 is the game I met so many people from that you've seen in my videos throughout the past, how many years. And it's a game in a series that has influenced me tremendously in some other areas. And to me, getting back to contacting everyone, even if we may have not really had our last message before the video, off on the right foot, we kind of had to put everything aside, whether we felt great about one another last time. Remember that was years ago. Put aside all our differences and be like, okay, we're doing this for the community, to what was there, so it's not really lost. So this experience and what happened is preserved, basically. And that was the goal of the video, and I think it was fulfilled. So I hope everyone enjoyed all the content I made over the years, because I certainly did. I wouldn't trade what I did on YouTube for anything. It's something that massively shaped me. It shaped my career, shaped my friend group, shaped, me in so many ways of how I make things and just my interests in general. And to me, that is an experience that I'll always remember. Most people would say that this was a really difficult decision to make. And for me, it couldn't have been an easier one. So with all that said, I just can't say bye like that. You know what? Come on, roll the tape.
And today I will be making my first gaming video. So this is a big day for gaming. Man, I have not played this game in a long time, so expect for my driving difficulties stink. And then you go down here to have a living girlfriend, do don't play, press accept, and bam, you've got your game fixed. For what you want me to review next, please don't complain that I only do racing driving games. And I've got a rant on Need for Speed stinking on the ground. So for the people who like Pro Street, I think you're gonna need some help. The atmosphere of this game is ridiculous. This is how I do it, and it's pretty stupid. A sixth icon has been confirmed as DLC.
And his name is John C.
Since I always found racing content interesting, I'm going to try to start making real videos here. We got a few people here. We got Dylan.
Comedy. I crashed into a tree.
Boom!
What the piece of pee? What?
One of these things is not legible.
What?
There you go.
The very first episode of Horizon History.
I'm a little late.
What?
Guys!
Guys, we have a delay. We have a delay.
Tons of people are using the alphas, and there's rammers already.
What?
My game is dropping frames.
Hi.
It glitched.
That was so bad.
So please join, because I don't want this server to be dead in a week. We couldn't add online forum because of clipping issues.
I just got physically rallied. I need help.
He got physically rallied.
Number one rule: don't mention the game.
I'm a lyrical genius. Vroom vroom skirt skirt.
What if your gaming experience has been limited all your life because of your life of vibrations? What would you do?
A man has fallen into the river in Lego City.
I was right. I was right. I was right.
Jesse, if you're watching this right now, I want to see what you think of what he just said.
Oh yeah, we did it.
Dummy, you really think you can have this dev build? You are stupid. I hate your channel. I exposed you years ago. You say things too much.
This looks next gen. This looks next gen. This looks next. Rocco.
What is it? What are these loading screens? No, you have to be informed that the Gran Turismo 5 online service has come to an end.
Come on.
Yeah, let's go.
Oh my god.
I'm not joking, that happens sometimes in the game.
No! You not only have to dodge traffic, but you have to dodge traffic that where every driver is driving a flying car while having a panic attack. Until now. This is the hidden story of Need for Speed 2015.